Hi everyone. So yesterday we learned about the zero property. So anytime you multiply or divide by zero, the answer, the total is always zero. So if I had 1 times 0, that would be 0. If I had 10 divided by 0, it would equal 0. Okay, so multiplying and dividing. Always 0. So now today we are going to look at the identity property. And this means that when we multiply a number by 1, it does not change the number. So here we have one group of 3 cupcakes. So one group times 3 cupcakes equals 3. I still have 3 cupcakes. If I had one group times 4 cupcakes, it would equal 4. Or 1 times 5 cupcakes, that would equal 5. So it doesn't change the number. It's identically the same. It has the same identity. So think of it that way. It has the same identity. Okay, so let's look at some ones here. Okay, so I have 1 times 4 and I have 1 times 8. So I know that my factor here, 4, is not going to change. 1 times 4 equals 4. Now I'm going to look at this bottom one. 1 times 8. Ooh, this factor here, it's not going to change. It's going to stay the same. It's going to be 8. Okay, so if I had one group of 4 x's, my total is still 4, right? Or one group, I have one group of 8 x's, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I still have 8, right? Okay, so let's practice now. Go ahead and get your whiteboards, pause the video, and we will practice this one. Okay, here we go. 1 times 3. If you need to pause, you can. It is 3. Should have written 3 on your whiteboard. 1 times 7. If I'm going too fast, make sure you pause. Is 7. All right, next one. 1 times 0. I'm sorry, 1 times 2. It is 2. Okay, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit. 8 times 0. 0. 1 times 6. 6 is the answer. 1 times 10 equals 10. 4 times 0 equals 0. Ooh, I hope you guys are getting these. 2 times 0 equals 0. Okay, now I'm going to give you a few of them to do. You can pause the video and work them out. The first one is 1 times 1, 9 times 0, and 1 times 5. So work these problems out on your whiteboard and see if you got them correct. All right, the first one, here we go. 1 times 1, what's 1 times 1? It keeps that same identity, right? It doesn't change. It's 1. 9 times 0. Oh, there's that 0 property rule. Anything times 0 equals 0. 1 times 5. Oh, the 5, the identity of the 5 doesn't change. It's going to stay the same. So it is 5. Good job, guys. Okay. Now, just like yesterday, I talked about how when you multiply and so if we multiply and divide by 0, it always stays 0. So if I had 5 times 0, that would still be 0, right? If I had 10 divided by 0, that would equal 0, right? So anything multiplied or divided by 0 equals 0. Here, it's the same thing with division for the identity properties of 1, multiplying by 1. It's the same kind of concept. So if I had 5 times 1, 5 times 1 or 1 times 5, that would equal what? 5, right? Doesn't change the identity of that. I have one group of 5, and so the total is 5. If I had 10 divided by 1, that would equal 10. It doesn't change its identity here, okay? He stays the same. If I had 20 divided by 1, it would be 20. Okay, it doesn't change, it stays the same. If I had 20 times 1, it doesn't change. 20 stays the same, okay? So don't get confused with that. So that's why we practice zeros and ones, because it can be a little tricky sometimes. So we wanted to make sure that you guys were familiar with this and you got some practice with zeros and ones. So now you are actually going to do a boom activity again today, and this is going to be for zeros and for ones. So you're going to have some mixture of multiplication problems that are 0 and they are 1. So good luck with the boom. Have fun.